When you finish with one book and you're ready to pick your next book, how do you decide what to read? That is the dilemma that I am currently in and why I am recording this video. So what I've decided to do is we're going to go through a haul of my recent purchases, and we are going to, I am going to hope that you will leave comments and recommendations based on these. So all of these came from secondhand bookstores or from the library store because, let's face it, books are expensive and I rarely buy new books. But these are my recent purchases. What I'm going to do is show you what I got, tell you why I got it, and you tell me if it's good or not. All right, first up, and these are in no particular order, they're just stacked. First up, we have Ghost Story by Peter Straub. So I got this one because I'm ready for Halloween, and this one is supposed to be a good one. It's about a group of men that get together and tell scary stories to each other. And then along in the course of their conversations, they are reminded of something they have done, a secret they have, and it's coming back to haunt them. So, let me know if you've read this book. Is it worth the hype? Is it a good kind of Halloween story? Is it a good fall vibe book? All right, let me know in the comments and we'll move on to the next book. Next up is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Okay, so the first book is about a group of guys that have a secret. Well, I guess Donna Tartt's book is sort of the same thing, right? It's about this group of friends. They, and in the first few pages, it's clear that they've murdered their friend. And then they have the secret together. So again, I got this one because I was looking up online books for fall. And this one kept coming up as a recommendation because I guess it's supposed to have a fall vibe to it. So I want you guys to let me know, is this book good? Is it similar to Ghost Story? I mean, I think it's interesting. I didn't put them together intentionally. Anyway, if you have read either one of those, let me know if they're worth it. Okay, next up. This one is nonfiction, Catherine the Great by Robert K. Massey. Now, I really, really, really do love biographies. It doesn't matter who the person is usually, because if they're interesting enough to have a biography about them, then usually it's an interesting enough story of their life. People have interesting lives and interesting experiences, and I can only imagine the life of Catherine the Great. So I am very much interested in this book. Robert K. Massey is a very great writer. He writes history into a way that it comes across like fiction, and his books are really good. So Catherine the Great, I don't know anything about her, but I have a feeling Robert K. Massey is going to teach me. Next up on our list, this one is called Dream Hunter by Elizabeth Knox. I picked this one up because of the story. It's about a world that's very similar to ours, except one difference. There is a place called, get this, it's called The Place. And it's where dream hunters go to find dreams. So you go across to the place and you sleep there, and then you have a dream that is attached to a specific location in the place. And then you can bring it back and share the dream with other people. So in this version of reality, they have theaters where you would go to watch a performance, only you go at night and you go there to sleep so that you can share the dreamer's dream that they have collected from the place. So once they go to the place, they will sleep, they will get the dream, and then they will go back. Is it entertainment, or is the place trying to tell us something? So I just thought that was an interesting premise for a book. It's a young adult novel, and I thought it would be a lot of fun. All right, next up we have Another nonfiction. This one is The Monster of Florence, a true story by Douglas Preston with Mario Spezzi. All right, so this one is about, so this guy, Douglas Preston, is a writer, and he moves to Florence only to find out that the place across from where he lives, a grove, is where a murder took place. And he figures out that it was a murder by a notorious serial killer. And so he seeks out Mario Spezzi, who is, I believe he's a policeman. No, he's a journalist. Mario Spezzi is a journalist. And is that right? Yeah. And they start investigating this serial killer. And honestly, I picked it out because I really liked the Thomas Harris novels and the movies, Silence of the Lambs. I liked Hannibal. I liked the TV show Hannibal. I liked Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal. I like all of the Hannibal, all of it. So I got this book because supposedly this serial killer influenced Thomas Harris. So, yeah. Have you read it? I'm curious to know how it is. Okay, next up we have Harvest Home. This is a book that I completely got for the cover. Looks like it would be a folk horror. I really don't know anything about it other than never judge a book by its cover, but I did, and I got it. So if you've read it, I want to know what you think about it, what it's about. Sometimes I don't read what books are about before I read them. I just get them because if you don't have any preconceived notions, you're not going to be disappointed if you had an idea about it, right? Case in point, Ruth Rendell. I have no idea what this book is about, but I read one book by Ruth Rendell called A Demon in My View, and it was the best thing I ever read. It was, it cracked me up because it was about this guy. And it kind of opens with this guy and this mannequin that he has, and he's trying to take care of his killing urges by enacting his killings on a mannequin. I mean, this one's called The Killing Doll. That's all I needed to know. I don't know anything about this book except that it's by Ruth Rendell. And that was a great, I think it was called A Demon in My View. I know she wrote one called A Demon in My View. I've read a couple of Ruth Rendell books, and they're great. So I picked this one up because of the name of the author, If you've read it, what do you think about it? All right, next up, 10,000 Doors of January. I don't know anything about this book. I got it because actually a friend wants to read it, and sometimes I just take blind recommendations from people, even if they haven't read the book yet, right? So I have no idea what it's going to be about, but it has a pretty cover, and it says it's a gorgeous, aching love letter to stories, storytellers, and the doors they lead us through. Absolutely enchanting. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Have you read it? Let me know. All right. And then I got The Night Gardener. And this also is a book I got because of its cover. I mean, it's got a shadow man looking guy on the cover with a creepy tree behind it. It's a young adult novel. It says that it follows two abandoned Irish siblings who travel to work as servants at a creepy, crumbling English manor house. I mean, it's going to have ambiance. It's going to be creepy, but it's a young adult one, so it's not going to be too scary, unfortunately, because I do love scary. But you know what? It just seems like it's going to be a really fun, quick read, so that's why I got that one. And next up, this one, The Boys from Brazil. I got this one, honestly, because it's written by Ira Levine, and I remember Rosemary's Baby, and I loved Rosemary's Baby, and I loved the movie. and I want to read the book. And I remember when I was a child, my mother was reading this book, and she told me that it was about that it was a sci-fi book where they cloned Hitler and tried to recreate his life to recreate Hitler. Now, I don't know if that's what it's about. That's what I remember my mom telling me, but she's told me that when I was a kid and she was reading this book. So I don't know really what it's about, but it's Ira Levine, and my mom really liked horror books, so I feel like if she liked it, I probably would like it. So anything that she read, I think I would be interested in. She was always reading serial killer books and horror books, and she was always reading. And I wish that I had her recommendations, but that's why I got that one. Okay, next up we have The Midnight Library. This one by Matt Haig. I got it because honestly, because I'd heard of it. I know that it's been a bestseller, and it's I think it's supposed to be about being able to see what happens with you when you do different choices in life or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. But I got this one just because I thought it was interesting, and that I've heard a lot about it. I've heard that it was good, so I got it. Next up, we have The Empire of the Wolves by Jean-Christophe Granger. This one, I honestly picked this one up so the title, The Empire of the Wolves, is what struck my fancy, if you will. And then inside the cover, it was that it's a thriller that's written by what they call France's own Stephen King. So the Grey Wolves are Turkish mafia members. I believe it's set in the 10th arrondissement in France, in Paris, in the Turkish district. And it's about murders. It's a crime kind of thriller. And, I've never read anything by this writer, but it's apparently a pretty good book, judging by the praise that's given for it on the back of the book. And I just thought, you know what? Let's try it. So I picked it up. All right, the next one I got is this one is Michael Crichton. And it says Michael Crichton, but it also says a novel by Daniel H. Wilson. So this may be one of those that's really by Daniel H. Wilson, but using Michael Crichton's name to sell it. The Andromeda Evolution. Okay, guys, if you ever want any book to scare me or any movie to scare me, what scares me the most is aliens. Aliens is my boogeyman. And so this is going to be about, this says an extraterrestrial microbe. So that's all I needed to know. And the fact that it cost $1, that this would be enough to entertain me for $1's worth. Yeah, so alien stories, they freak me out. They freak me out a lot. They scare me. The scariest movie to me was The War of the Worlds, because all that lightning and it's aliens, and then that sound they made, it reminds me of that sound that you hear like when you go on YouTube and you look for like the hum kind of sounds, like that's the sound those aliens made in that movie. So that freaks me out. Look that up. If you're not familiar with the trumpet sounds the earth makes, look that up. I'll link it to a random video here because you need to hear that sound. But that movie freaks me out, and that's why aliens freak me out. Okay. I'm dropping my bookmarks. Okay, this one is the last one, but it is called Horror Store, a novel by Grady Hendrix. And why did I pick this up? Look at it. I mean, it's funny. So we've got the layout of the store inside. We've got a little order form inside. We've got little descriptions of products here. It's cute, you know? It's just cute. It's supposed to be like a haunted IKEA, I guess. That's just, I mean, it's, how could I not? And honestly, I picked it up also because a friend and I had been talking briefly about Grady Hendrix recently, and you know, I saw it at my bookstore, and I decided just to go ahead and try it because why not? I love it's, you know, I said earlier that I'm interested in a nice Halloween-y feeling, and a novel about a haunted IKEA just seems to fit the bill. So that's what I've got going here. If you have any suggestions on these books or any other books, all right. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you have some good feedback on my books.